Hey guys, it's Jessica. Welcome back to my channel. Today is the last day of the week, and it's my last video for this week of Bookmas. Next week is going to be all about my most and least favorite things that I read this year, because it's going to be probably kind of the end of my Bookmas time. And today I thought that I would give you a little bit of an update on my reading for the week. So just a little brief reading update. So I said in my video on Monday that I did finish reading Small Things Like These by Claire Keegan. This is a literary fiction novel. It's about 125 pages long. There is a current movie that is in theaters right now that you can go see if you would like to. And it is also the current pick for Oprah's book club. So this is a pretty popular book right now. It is the story of a small town in Ireland in the mid-1980s and the secrets that are being held by the church in that small town. It's definitely got a real historical basis. It's not a true story exactly, but it is about real events. And I absolutely loved it. It was either a 4.5 or a 5-star read for me. It was a little short, is the only thing that I would say. I could have spent more time with these characters, but at the same time, I felt like you got to see so much about the time period and the dilemma that our main character has with what to do with this knowledge that he has about the church and its treatment of women and girls. So I'm not going to give you any more than that just because I want you to read it. It's only 125 pages long, and if I spend too long with it, I'm definitely going to spoil it for you, which I don't want to do. So moving on, I DNF'd a book, and it is a book that was on my TBR for the month, and that is going to be The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King by Carissa Broadbent. And I wish I could say that the fact that I DNF'd this book was a surprise, but I probably only put it on my TBR because I thought I wasn't going to like it. I gave the first book, which is the, oh gosh, these things have such long names. The Serpent and the Wings of Night. I gave that book 3 stars. And the 3 stars that I gave it were for the first, I would say 75% of the book. And then if I could have given the last 25% 0 stars, I definitely would have, because I hated the way the book ended so much. I felt like it was a betrayal of everything that had come in the book up until that point. That's just kind of where I was with that. And I know not everybody who reads this series has the same experience that I had, but a lot of the things that happened in the book rubbed me the wrong way. This is a series about vampires. It's a series about a world where vampires are kind of the aristocracy and they control things, at least in this one part of the world. It seems like maybe the whole world isn't run by vampires. It's a little confusing. The world building is not really top tier. It is a romantasy. But I did like the romance in the first book for the most part. Our main character, Oriah, she falls in love with a vampire whose name is Rain, which has a really funny spelling because it's a romantasy book, and of course it does. And they are in a series of trials where they're trying to compete for something. I mean, it's a romantasy. Does it matter? But it did, because I hated the way the book ended. But then I thought, I had some distance, and I was like, well, maybe if I give myself some time, I am going to come back to it and be like, you know what, I can get over this thing that happened that I am mad about. And it turned out I could not. I could not. This book is 700 pages long almost. And why? Why is it 7? I don't know. There is no way that I was going to read 700 pages of this book. I read about 150 and said, I'm done. The things that I liked about the first book were just not probably going to be present, and it felt like the 2 main characters had kind of had personality transplants a little bit. They did not feel like the same characters to me that I had fallen in love with in the first part of the first book. So that is a DNF. It is a hard DNF. It is I am never coming back to this. I am not reading any more books in the series. It is possible I'm not going to read anything else by the author. I mean, this is how much I didn't like it. So sorry if this is like your favorite series. Don't take it personally. I just really did not like it. All right. Okay, and then after that experience, I had to read something nice. And so I read How to Solve Your Own Murder, which is a cozy mystery set in a small English village, which is exactly what I needed. It was so charming. Our main character travels to this small town in order to find out what is going on with her great aunt. She's kind of been summoned there because her great aunt has changed her will. Her great aunt is somebody who has spent her whole life being convinced that she's going to be murdered because of a fortune that she got when she was very young. And then lo and behold, she is murdered, and we have to solve that mystery. And I just really loved it. This is a 4-star book for me. It would have been 5, but the resolution of the mystery I thought could have been a little bit stronger, but I wasn't mad about it. I just really enjoyed it. I already have an arc for the 2nd book in the series. I already asked for that, so I'm looking forward to reading that in the spring and finding out where the series is going to go. But I am hoping that 2025 is going to see me back in my mystery era a little bit, because I have missed reading mysteries, and this one made me so happy. So I'm going to update you on what I'm currently reading, and that is going to be James by Percival Everett. James is a retelling of the story of Huckleberry Finn from the perspective of the runaway slave Jim. And it is, so far, I have read 25%. I love it. There are a lot of things about it that I really do not want to spoil. Kind of some things that are story choices that I think are just really fantastic and I'm really enjoying. But I don't want to tell you about them because I want you to read it for yourself. And I would say, at least in this first 25%, that having a great familiarity with Huckleberry Finn may not be necessary. You would kind of want to know who the characters are. It would help if you knew who Huckleberry Finn was, and you knew who Tom Sawyer was, and you knew who the characters in this small town were. But in terms of the actual plot of Huckleberry Finn, so far it has not really mattered that I don't remember it that much. I read Huckleberry Finn probably, I think, for a class in college when I was 19, and that was a long time ago, so I don't remember it that well, but I am enjoying it so much. It is just so interesting, and I can see why it has won so many awards this year and why so many people have been reading it. And I'm looking forward to completing it, which hopefully I'm going to do in the next couple days. And I will update you all later on once I know what I think about it. All right, so that is it for my week in reading here. It's been a little bit of a slow kind of reading time for me, I think, because I am doing Bookmas, which means that I am trying to edit a lot of videos at night, but I am also really enjoying that. So next week, as I said, it's going to be all end of the year content. I'm going to do my worst books. I'm going to do my best books. I'm going to tell you all about all the DNFs that I had, and I'm going to talk about just my reading year in general. And I think it's going to be really fun. This is the stuff I've been looking forward to. So this weekend, I am going to buckle down and I am going to film all of these videos, and I'm not coming out of this room until I am done. I am so excited, and I hope that I will see you there. If this is your first time here, leave me a comment. Let me know how your reading has been going so far in December, and if you're reading anything that you would recommend to me. And I hope that you all have a fantastic day. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.